All right, and we're back with the final vlog of rest week. So today's gonna be fairly simple, just bench press. Even though you saw me fail miserably last week on this lift, I'm not doing deadlifts before that. That was yesterday, so I should have a little bit more juice in the tank to be able to get through this. So start off with the warm up, always empty bar. Yeah, so here we go. Starting with bench press. Unless you're doing board presses, partial presses, if you're doing bench press, it goes down and touches the chest. All right, so nothing really fancy on bench press. This is just the end of rest week. It's just getting some volume in, aim 4 sets of 8, relatively low rest. Yeah, so honestly already it does feel a little better than last week. Yeah, this is feeling way better. Yeah, this is way better feeling. So now you may be wondering why I'm doing a biochromial grip instead of a wide grip on bench press, because isn't wide grip better for the chest and for lifting heavier? For being better for pec development, the jury's really out on that, because that comes down to mechanical tension, range of motion, loading, volume, and all that. In terms of maximal weight that you can lift, yes, this is going to be disadvantageous, because if I go with a powerlifter style grip, nice and wide, I'm going to be out here. So to get to my chest, the bar comes here. Look where my elbow is. Now, when I'm doing a biochromial grip, the elbow gets further behind me to get down to my chest. So I'm not going to be able to lift as much because it's a longer range of motion. However, you can still get really damn strong on bench press with a biochromial grip. It's funny coming from me because bench press, I am not that strong on. So there you have it on the 4x8 of the bench press part. I actually got all the reps. Last week I was already dead at this point. But now we drop it down to just 95 pounds and we go for 15 to 20 reps. All right, so here we go. Instead of 15 to 20, the quote unquote pump set. Funny thing is, chest and triceps already feel like they got a pump. So this is just gonna jack it way up. Oh boy. Oh. I couldn't quite get the 15th there. That was just the 14th I was gonna borderline fail. Whew. Got a little cramp going on in the chest. All right, now I'm going to do an accessory exercise for the external rotators. So this is going to be an elbow on knee, shoulder external rotation exercise. So I'm going to be aiming to get about 8 reps. This is a 10 kilo dumbbell. It's from Watson Watson Gym Equipment out of the UK. Great thing about these dumbbells, they're calibrated, stainless steel, and you can get them branded. The company sent me this back in early 2021. Hopefully one day I can get the whole thing. Yeah, so this is to work the little external rotator muscles. So big thing here, foot, your knee about 2 inches below your shoulder, elbow in the little crook, hand behind you to prop the chest up, legs open to 90 degrees, and then you come down. It's a small muscle, you're not going to necessarily be able to lift very much. I use this dumbbell basically just as a litmus test for me. If I'm able to get 8, okay, my external rotators are doing fairly good. If I'm falling before 8, like unable to even move it, I've slacked for too long on my accessories, and then I know I need to put more of this into my programming. So based on my left shoulder, okay, I got 8, but 7 and 8 weren't all that nice. Now I check to see, okay, can I get 8 on the right shoulder? Usually that one's a little bit stronger for this, but there are times when things just don't go as they're supposed to. All right, so what that tells me there is my right shoulder right now is lagging behind, like the external rotators are lagging behind the left. I felt a little bit of that when I was doing bench. My right pec started to twitch a little bit when I was finishing off that set of 15, where I only got to number 14, and my right shoulder was just giving out. It was a little bit the same the other day when I was doing my overhead presses. So now I know I'm gonna have to input some added external rotation work in, as well as some trap 3 work to get my shoulders a little more balanced out and healthy feeling. One of the things that you should be looking at with the elbow on knee external rotation is when doing this, you should be able to get about 8 reps with just a shade under 10% of your 1 rep max on bench press. So if you can bench press, for example, 200 pounds, you should basically be able to take a 20-pound dumbbell and do this exercise for 8 reps. But the caveat there is that's with a 4-second eccentric. Here, I wasn't doing that, so I know I personally need to do a lot more of this once or twice a week as an accessory, which this upcoming week when I get into, okay, getting back into more structured, more hard training, that's what I'm going to be doing. But anyways, that concludes rest week. I'm glad that the 8x8 block is over. My body's a little beat up. My next workout is going to be legs on Monday. My post-workout today is going to be the same it has been. A scoop of ATP Labs grass-fed whey, a half scoop of their greens and reds superfood mix, and then 5 grams of creatine monohydrate to go with that, all mixed up just with water. If you're looking to get ATP Labs products in Canada and the US, use code RISLING10, that's RISLING 10 at checkout. Or go to the link below and you can get it easier, you can get it a little quicker that way. Anyways, Coach Tony, Wrestling Podium Performance. Go get your workout and embrace your potential.